unexpected. The contents of Taehyung's confession to Jungkook that made Bang Si-Hyuk react immediately in an atmosphere that initially seemed ordinary. A shocking moment suddenly shook not only BTS, but his entire fan base. Taehyung, who has always been known for his calm personality and full of surprises, finally opened his heart to Jungkook in a moment that no one expected. And more surprisingly, the recognition immediately made Bang Si-Hyuk, the founder of HYB labels and an important figure behind BTS's success, react spontaneously. The event took place in a relaxed atmosphere as the members gathered for an internal event away from the cameras. Taehyung, who usually talks casually or jokes with Jungkook, suddenly seemed serious. He looked at Jungkook deeply and unexpectedly said, "All this time I felt that you were the strength that kept me going, Kook. Even when I doubt myself, you are the reason I don't give up." Those words stopped the whole conversation in the room. All the BTS members were silent. Jungkook, who is usually quick to react with laughter or jokes, could only stare, his eyes rounding in disbelief. Jungkook looked teary. He had never heard Taehyung express such deep feelings in person, let alone in front of others. The other members, RM, Jimin, Jin, Suga, and J-Hope, also seemed emotional. The moment feels very honest and raw, showing how deep the bond between them is. Taehyung continued with a trembling voice, "I just want you to know, without you, I might have given up at some point in my life." The words were so heavy, yet also so sincere, stripping away all the defenses they usually hid behind jokes and smiles. More surprisingly, Bang Si-Hyuk, who was also there to monitor the discussion, looked shaken. He is known as a calm and calculating figure, but when he heard Taehyung's confession, he immediately stood up and walked closer to his two idols. In a deep but warm voice, Bang Si-Hyuk said, "This is why BTS is different. This is why you stand against any storm. Never forget your power to make each other a home." Not only giving words of encouragement, Bang Si-Hyuk was even rumored to have held back tears. For someone like him who has seen many artists come and go, seeing this kind of sincerity in BTS is something very rare, and it reinforces his belief that BTS is indeed more than just an idol group. After that incident, the mood of the members seemed to change. There is a stronger, more conscious bond with each other. Even in their next few appearances, a lot of ARMY noticed how Taehyung and Jungkook seemed closer, giving each other small gestures, taking care of each other more than usual. Many fans commented, "Taehyung's gaze to Jungkook is now full of gratitude," or "Something is different. It's like they're rediscovering each other." After an emotional moment that exposed the deepest side of Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship, the atmosphere inside BTS changed in an almost magical way. Not only did they understand each other better, but there was a strong urge to do something that could perpetuate this deep sense of gratitude and bonding. This is where the idea of a secret project began to be born, a project that will not only be a tribute to fellow members, but also to the ARMY that has always been a witness to their journey, seeing how strong those emotions and bonds are. Bang Si-Hyuk decides to take a bold step. He proposed that BTS make a special album, not an ordinary commercial album, but an album full of their personal stories. Each song will be a love letter to each other, a story they have never revealed to the public before. Bang Si-Hyuk said in an internal meeting, "I want you to tell the truth. There is no filter. No need to think about the market. It's about you guys, about your pain, worries, hopes, and love for each other." The members, including Taehyung and Jungkook, immediately agreed. They know that this moment is too precious to let go. Taehyung and Jungkook took a big role in the project. Taehyung, with his ability to write poetic and emotional lyrics, begins working on a song about gratitude towards someone on whom life secretly depends. Meanwhile, Jungkook wrote a song about home, not physical places, but rather people who make the world feel safe. Reportedly, one of the most anticipated songs is the collaboration of the two, tentatively titled Shelter, which describes how they become each other's shelter amid the pressures of the world. For the ARMY, the news of this secret project made emotions run high. Many said that they were ready to support wholeheartedly, even if it meant having to hold back tears throughout listening to the songs. Fan theories began to emerge, with many believing that the album would be one of BTS' most honest and emotional works throughout their career. There is also speculation that the documentation of his creative process will be released in the form of a documentary, showing personal moments behind the scenes that have never been seen before, more than just a new album or project. This moment proves something much deeper. BTS isn't just a bunch of coworkers. They are a family built not by blood, but by the choice to stick together under all circumstances. Taehyung and Jungkook's growing relationship is symbolic of what makes BTS last longer than many other groups. In a world that often treats human beings as products, they dare to remain human, loving, fragile, strengthening, and that's why, every time they stand on stage and say, BTS and ARMY are one, we know that it's not just a slogan. It was a promise carved in tears, laughter, and unshakable togetherness. AS news of BTS' emotional project spread to the global ARMY community. Theories and speculations sprang up. Many fans argue that the project will not just be an album, but a major transition marker in BTS's journey. Some fans have suggested that this project could be a symbolic farewell letter before BTS enters a new chapter in their career. It's not that they're going to break up, quite the contrary. The project is expected to solidify their emotional foundations before stepping into something bigger, like a grand comeback, after all the members have completed their military service. There are also those who believe that this project will be a kind of healing for the members, especially for Jungkook and Taehyung, who have lately been seen to be more reflective and emotional on several occasions. It's not about the end, said one ARMY member in the online community, but about renewing their promise to each other and to all of us. Seeing the strength of emotions rising among the members, Bang Si-Hyuk is rumored to have begun devising big plans for BTS's new era. According to an internal source, Bang Si-Hyuk wants BTS to no longer just be known as a K-pop group, but as a global cultural icon that carries messages of humanity, friendship, and honesty through their music. The strategy includes releasing the project not only as an album, but in the form of a multi-platform experience, covering documentaries, theatrical performances, to art installations in various major cities of the world. The goal is that everyone, even those who are not ARMY, can feel the depth of BTS's emotions. BTS has gone through a phase of becoming a global pop star. Now it's time for them to become universal symbols of humanity, Bang Si-Hyuk told his team in an internal meeting, according to an insider report. Meanwhile, Jungkook and Taehyung are reportedly undergoing a profound personal transformation. Jungkook, who used to be seen as the golden magne full of energy, is now showing his mature side, calmer, more sensitive to the emotions around him. Taehyung, who has always been known as the mystery boy, begins to be more open and vulnerable in front of those he trusts. According to some staff close to BTS, the relationship between the two after the emotional confession was even more solid and full of respect. They are not just friends. They are like two sides of one soul, said one of the production staff. There are notions that do not need to be explained in words. For ARMY, there is no greater uncertainty than imagining a major change in BTS. But on the other hand, they also understand that change is part of growth. When they cry, we cry. When they smile, we smile too. We will support them in any way, a senior ARMY official told an international forum. Right now, the world can only wait with bated breath to witness what will be born of the pain, honesty, and love between the BTS members, especially from Jungkook and Taehyung, who now seem to be at the center of this huge change, because as they always show, behind all the glitter, BTS is about people, about hearts, about never giving up on each other, and that's the reason they remain, and always will mean so much to the world.